Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. It's time for another Couch Conversations episode, and I wanted to just be transparent here and just lay it all out before you guys because this is the weird phase of my life right now. Once again, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I keep meaning to talk about this, but I didn't bring it up in the last weekend recap, but I find myself in a pickle once again. And if you've been, watching or keeping up with the birthday action here on my channel with all of my birthday festivities and whatnot, then you understand that I have been just a little nervous and anxious about this new chapter of life and turning 17 and all that stuff. So the closer I got to my birthday a couple weeks ago, the more nervous I got. And obviously, if you've watched every single vlog in September, then you understand why. These past 5 to 8 years of my life have been rocky, and it only happens after every birthday. It has been a continuous cycle now. It's like after every birthday, something always goes down. It never fails, which is why y'all started hearing me call my birthday a red flag, because once my birthday is over, that is the signal that it is time to let the balloons go, give away the leftover cake, and get into action and preparation mode because something is about to go down. Last year I played it off because I wanted to convince myself, that things were going to be better because, after a hurricane and the loss of my grandmother, a pandemic, a surgery, all of those years, after all of those years of just stuff going on, I wanted to convince myself that my sweet 16 was going to be sweet. And of course, it turned out to be a 16 that I don't even know how to describe. Even in the recap of 16 vlog that I did, I don't feel like I even adequately described what 16 was for me. So then we get into the holiday season of last year, and that's really when the red flags were visible that something was wrong with Pop Pop. And then we got into this year and he passed away, and I let my guard down, for my birthday month. And then early October, when Pop Pop went back to the hospital, I put that wall up again for protection. And that's why I would always have anxiety back in January and February up until March. Like, I would tell you guys about it, but at that time I couldn't say anything because our family was heavily weighed down with everything going on. And I would literally wake up every day thinking, like, what is going to happen to Pop Pop? It was almost like this anticipation and fear of losing him. I seriously am like, how many more things have to happen back to back to back to back? It's literally annoying because it's like the celebration of a new chapter with the curiosity of what is to come and what the chapter will hold that just collides together. And yes, your struggles contribute to your strength, like later, down the road after it's happened. But it's like right now, I am exhausted. It's like, I don't want to get so comfortable with celebration, if I'm celebrating something that's just going to be a repeat of last year. I will say the tough thing about this birthday, though, was adapting to, a new way of doing birthdays. This was the first one without both of my grandparents. And not only did I notice the difference, but I felt the difference. And it was a difference that I necessarily wasn't prepared for. And in the back of my mind, the entire day on my birthday, I kept saying, like, something is missing. Something is missing. And I usually say that to myself when I feel like something is off, when in reality, it's just that my grandparents are not here. There's a lot of times when I'm at a high point or doing something really big or significant, and that always comes to my mind that something is missing because I'm always used to telling my grandparents about it. Like I said last week, and maybe even the week before that, I am in this new chapter of life, also trying to recover what I lost of myself from this loss, on top of the loss itself and the lack of family thereof. And on top of that, life keeps moving and never stops, but you're still stuck in this season and this time and trying to recover from that when life is still moving, and it's very difficult. The week before my birthday was straight anxiety. The week after my birthday was just trying to take it all in and really sit in my thoughts. You know, for me, I thought losing one grandparent was enough, but losing both of them in a 5-year span with things going on in between all of that as well really took the cake for me. It is insane. I've never known birthdays without my grandparents. And now I'm in the place of life where the rest of my birthdays will be spent without them at such a young age. This is all new to me. The day after my birthday was a mental struggle because I'm like, okay, my birthday's over. Real life begins in a new age today. And it's just like, am I ready for this? And I think it's just because I'm exhausted from things that haven't even occurred, because I'm just used to, I'm used to the worst. So I expect the worst, if that makes sense. It's just the happiness, the heartbreak, along with the curiosity colliding together in a season where you're okay one day, but you're not the next, because it's so up and down. All I've ever known is grandparents. Like, they lived 2 minutes down the street, saw them almost every day of my life, heavily involved in my life, being their only grandchild. It was like, if anything happened, like their house, their presence in my life and their existence was like that protection for me. I am typically the more quiet one out of my friend groups. I have been significantly more quiet these past 7 to 10 months because I've really just had to step back and look at my life a little bit differently, especially when it comes down to when you're in that situation where you are, in the thick of it with a loved one who is experiencing declining health, and then you lose that person. I tend to be the one who struggles to get out of my mind. Being mentally present is currently a weak spot for me, and I feel like a terrible friend and big sister because I'm in this whole different world with my own issues. And then, it's like I want to be there for them and present, for what's going on in their lives. And it is just a hot mess. But also, I want to devote as much as attention and energy as I can to my friends and what they're doing and what they're telling me about their lives as well. My friends are saying that they're trying to make that insecurity disappear. I love them for that. But my mind thinks a million things. My mouth hasn't voiced a lot of it. My heart pounds in response to those nerves. And so that's my contradiction right there. That I'm in a contradicting season where, it's like, I'm excited, but how excited should or can I be? Y'all are here for the journey along with me, and I'm so grateful for that. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I just did. There's no other way to put it. This was transparency at its finest once again. I feel like Couch Conversations is probably the most transparent segment on the channel. I hope you guys have been enjoying Couch Conversations just as much as I have. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you soon.